So hello everybody and welcome back to the Sauber Career Mode. There's something a bit strange about this picture. See if you can guess what it is. So I started the game up, ready to do Baku, and it hasn't saved the Canada race. You saw through the video, we were back in the menu, we quit in all the normal ways. For some reason it still thinks that we need to do this race. I couldn't be more frustrated really at the moment. I mean, it was only 2 points and a 9th place finish, but it was such a hard fought race, such an enjoyable race, and I was so happy afterwards. That the fact that we are now sitting on the grid again, just a few days later in Canada, and I've got to do the race again. I can't find any way around it. I had a look to see if maybe I could, make it like a 3-lap race and try and force finishing 9th again. I can't. So I have to do a 50% race to finish this career, to continue with the career. So I think what we'll do is, it's a race that's going to count towards the championship, so I will try and make it a much shorter sort of highlights package. I have to bundle it in ahead of the Baku race, I guess. As we know from last time, the first stint is going to be crucial to get past as many cars as we can. But we're not going to have the experience of having just done practice and qualifying for the last hour and a half that we had last time, of course. So we're going to have to be a bit cautious into turn 1. We're going to have to relearn the limits of the car and the track on the fly whilst doing the most crucial sector of the race. So we're underway for the second time then in Canada. Made a good start past Kvyat. Ricardo's made a pretty bad start from the left hand side of the grid, also on the soft tyres. A little bit onto the grass there. See if Sainz is round. I reckon it's clipped him. Just about avoided any damage. There was contact, but so slight that it doesn't seem to have done any damage. Virtual safety car is out for that accident on turn 1 then. It's ending. About right, we only lost a 10th, perfect. So we need to get after Perez now. Down the inside of Perez, he was very early on the brakes there. A lot more grip. That was the crucial car because he's on the super softs. All the front runners are on that soft tyre. He's going to have a bit of a slipstream down here though. Need to be careful. Bit of a hold up out of the final corner as Rosberg and Verstappen have a little fight between themselves there. We're going to try and go around the outside of both of them into turn 1. We make the move stick then. Up into 3rd place, so we're past Rosberg a lot quicker than we were last time out. Hopefully we're going to have the pace to get after Vettel. So we've used quite a lot of fuel. We're going to keep it on to see if we can get Vettel in the DRS zone here. DRS activated. Massive overspeed. I'm going to get that done comfortably. And up in 2nd place, double DRS. And we're going to turn that fuel back down. So it's supposed to be going between lap 9 and 14. We'll see when the pace of these tyres starts falling off. So Vettel's starting to come back at us. We went a little bit early last time. So So looks like a nice big gap to get ourselves back out into. I think we're going to hit on this lap as Vettel goes past us very usefully there. Easy onto the pit entry. Probably a bit too cautious, but better than that than taking the penalty. So I think the field is a bit more spread out than it was last time out. Hopefully we're going to get out a bit more of a gap just behind Ricciardo here. We came out in 10th place last time. So having a much better race. And there's a massive gap back to bottom. There's definitely opportunity not to be under pressure from so many cars right at the end of the race this time round. Gaining on Ricciardo here. Are we going to do it in time? I think we are. A little bit hot into there. Exceeded track limits, but I think we already had the move done according to the penalty system. Second DRS is going to help us pull away from Ricciardo. Got Perez and one of the Ferraris next up. I think that's Raikkonen. This is what F1 should do, just allow any team that qualifies at the back half of the grid much quicker tyres than everybody else. We'd have a great racing series all the way through the field. So we have DRS again. I think we're going to be a little bit too far behind the Mercedes power of Perez. I think he's got DRS on Ricciardo as well. We might down into turn 1 though. Got a better exit than Perez. Closely. We go on the outside with a better grip. We can. Slight wheel bumping. Where is he? I think he span. I think the slight contact span Perez round there. Very wide round there. Let's try and keep it under control. Ferrari's got slightly better traction. We've got the faster tyres, DRS and rich fuel. That's an easy move. Keep it under control. Into the chicane, which we do. Open the double DRS. And we'll pass Raikkonen. Turn that engine back down again. Alright. We're going to put that fuel back up. We're going to pit in the next couple. Here comes Raikkonen again. Nico Rosberg has bailed into the pits. See for his one and only stop. He's going to be going on to the ultra softs, so obviously onto super softs. So obviously the softs can easily do the distance to the end of the race. Down our inside there, little contacts apparently. And we're going to bail now. Much more aggressive on pit entry, much better this time round. So we're going to see now what our situation is for the rest of the race. Got Rosberg coming down the straight there on the ultra soft tyres, so he seems to have switched to a free stop strategy. We're going to let him go ahead because we're really not racing him today, especially if he's on a free stop. Don't really want to get held up even more as well, to be honest, by fighting him. Okay, so we've come out ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, sorry, Ricciardo's just pitted and we stayed ahead of him. He's actually gone onto the ultra soft tyres. So he's managed to drag those soft tyres so far that he's managed to come back out on the ultra softs. Which means we're going to have a rampaging Red Bull to deal with for the last 11 laps of the race. I think in all eventuality he will get past us, and at this point I'm not particularly bothered about beating a Red Bull when we're in such a good position. We'd obviously try and fight him a little bit, but if he's going to go, he's going to go. He's going to be a lot quicker than us. A bit wide there. He's going to go down the inside. He's going to hit us. Oh, great. We now have front wing damage. Thanks a lot, Danny Rick. Couldn't do it cleanly, could he? Thing is, we've got to add... If we did pit, we've got to add another sort of 7 or 8 seconds to change the front wing. I need Rosberg to get past us, really, to know what the gap is to Perez. Hopefully he'll do it here. This Mercedes should have a lot more pace than the Red Bull. Come on, hurry up, Nico. There we go. Gap to Perez is 10 seconds. I think we can defend that. Yep, gap's 5 seconds with 2 laps to go then. Should be able to bring this home nicely. So we come around the final corner then. It's going to be our best finish of the season. But I do feel a little flat saying that. I don't think we really had a choice. I had to do a 50% race. Because it was locked in to before the save, so it was the practice and qualifying done. So it had already been decided it had to be a 50% race, and if I've got to sit down and do a 50% race again, I'm going to race it, you know. The last 5 or 6 laps I was thinking about letting myself drop back to 9th, but to be honest, it's what the game's thrown up. It's not very realistic for the career. Sebastian Vettel wins. I think that's a different winner to last time out as well. Good race for the Scuderia then. But what am I going to do? I'm going to race it. The positions are going to be different anyway. Even if I try and stay 9th and just skip over it and don't tell you guys, I may as well give you an extra race to watch. Does mean we get our best result of the season. It's 8 points instead of 2, which we actually got last time out. It was a much better race, much stronger. Obviously there were quite a few incidents at the beginning that really helped us out that time. DNFs for Hulkenberg, Magnussen and Max Verstappen. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this as a separate video. Yeah, so those 8 points actually moves up to 13th position now. A long way ahead of where we were. What can you do? Moves us up in the constructors. Above Haas like we were, but we're a lot closer to McLaren now. What can you do? If anybody knows whether there is a bug, I'm going to have a look on the forums, I think, after I record Baku, which I'm going to do straight away now. If anyone knows why that happened or whether it is a problem, just in case I can't find it, and then if there's a sure way to avoid it, then let me know, because I would hate for this to happen again. We're going to go straight on to next weekend to ensure that we don't encounter that bug again. Why does it come up with this again? Okay, we are in Baku. It's weird. Never noticed that menu come up before. Don't know what's going on. Anyway, we're in Baku, so it works. So we won't be getting a third Canada Grand Prix at least. So I hope you all enjoyed that little episode. As I say, just let me know what you think about that fact that happened, if it's happened to you, if you know it's a problem, if you enjoyed the race anyway. It's our best result of the season. If you want to keep up to date with everything else on the channel, you can always hit that subscribe button as well. There's plenty more 2016 content on there, as well as a bunch of other games. So thank you for watching this small little episode, and I shall see you very soon in Baku.
These battles have often been contained on single racetracks. Now, it's going global. The chosen chariot for this is the Red Bull 2016. Brilliant in the bends, but often hampered by its Renault engine. Lacking power on the...
Sorry? What do you mean? They make watches. Oh, okay.
Can they make up for the deficit on the straights with their Tag Heuer engine?
Sauber, a team that often I get confused as to whether they have overachieved or underachieved. A team of humble beginnings, founded by Peter Sauber in the 1970s. He would eventually work his way up the ladder to win back-to-back Le Mans races in 1988 and 1999 with the incredible Sauber Mercedes C9, a car that was relatively unchanged between the 2 years, such was its dominance. It was then that Peter Sauber decided to take a foray into Formula 1.